𝗪𝗏𝗡 TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle.
Good morning. This is Wednesday edition of the Morning Digest. This is 𝗪𝗏𝗡 Television, advancing kingdom lifestyle, and this is an amazing day. Today we want to wade the waters of customer experience. And if you are one who does business, you who does whatever you do, even if you don't do business, you need an experience. And everybody, they say, is built around an experience. And this morning, as we begin this matter, we're going to be talking about can we be part of building or getting involved in the customer experience within public service, and how can we be part, how can the citizen be part of that experience, and how to shape it. But before we do that, the link is already out, Facebook, YouTube, and on all our links. And if you have not subscribed on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and all the other platforms, please do so that you can get some of these conversations quickly. My link is already out. Let me send mine. Oh, beautiful. Let me send out mine. Is already out, and there you go. There you go. I want to send it to everyone that I can. There, and then we have there you go. So if you have not picked the link, please do so, and you can enjoy this wherever you are, and please send it to other people if you belong to other groups, and God will bless you. Let me see that. I'm just sending mine. I hope you're doing the same. You see how I'm taking my time? I'm taking my time to do I'm sending that. It has been sent, and now we are live. Do this for me as a favor. Share it with your friends, share it with your families. Everybody deserves a good experience at whatever level they are in, and I want you to ensure that you get your level of experience. And by the way, listen, you can send us feedback on those links on YouTube, on Facebook, as we discuss, and get part of this information, and also give us feedback on what your experience has been. I have a great guest, a customer experience expert, a man that has not been a stranger in this place. And today he's back, and I'm so grateful that he could find time to be here. My guest is 𝗏𝗂𝗓 𝗏𝗏𝗡. Karibu.
Thank you very much.
Look at that camera and introduce yourself.
Thank you. Thank you, Moses. Thank you for the invite. My name is 𝗏𝗂𝗓, business management consultant, customer experience and strategy leader, capacity building expert, supporting CX Academy, and also the country champion for African Customer Experience Leadership Forum. Blessed to be here. Wow,
it's an amazing. Paul, people say many, and because today we are talking about public service, the public service, meaning the service that we receive from maybe government to the populace. They say government is not experienced through policies, through speeches, or strategy, you know. Government is experienced at the hospital.
Right.
Government is experienced at the police station. Government is experienced at the ID application.
Right.
Government is experienced at on the road. What's your thought?
My thoughts are around the same thing. I'll echo what you're saying. It's one thing for the government to say we are delivering on our promises. And what they're delivering is the solutions to the citizens have. But at the end of the day, what are the citizens going through? It's one thing to get my NTSA. It's one thing to get my ID. It's one thing to get my passport. It's one thing to get my university document. But how is the journey before, during, and after I'm getting this document?
So our conversation will rotate around customers' experience,
Right.
what you get, because I think there's something. And by the way, should you be a customer? Should you be a customer? What kind of relationship should this be?
To the corporate world, the private sector, I'm a customer. To the state, to the government, I'm a citizen. And yes, of course, I'm a customer to the government.
You're a customer to the government.
Yes.
That's a very strong statement. There's, I always begin my my conversations with something I call myth. Is it a myth or is it a truth? You know, myth or is it? So you don't need to explain.
Okay.
Just is a yes or no, or I know you'd want to explain, but don't.
Yeah.
The first thing I want to ask you, digitizing or going digital means better service.
Myth.
That was quick.
You told me not to explain, but that's a myth.
Another, is it myth or truth? The citizen is always right.
Myth.
It's a myth, eh? That's okay. Another one.
Yeah.
If the service has been delivered, government has done its job.
Myth, but at the border.
Man, I want to give you maybe one or two more. Public servants are the problem.
Myth at the border.
It's a myth at the border.
Yeah.
Why are you bordering my questions? Okay. Good customer service or good experience, good customer experience or service is expensive.
Myth.
That's a myth.
Yes.
Wow. You are bordering around myths.
Yes.
You have no truth. Eh? You are the border. Right. Give me something about when you talk about before we even get into bringing the citizen into the customer experience in public service.
Yeah.
What would you have for, first of all, the customer before? Sorry. The customer before we talk about public service. What would you want, as a customer? I want you to speak as a customer before you go to public service.
Yes.
Yes. You said
What
you're
would
a
I want?
customer.
I'm a customer, and
Yes.
I have expectations, and these expectations are anchored on the promise given to me by my service provider. So my expectation is that my service provider will meet, at least they'll meet, if not exceed my expectations.
So you are coming with expectations.
I have expectations.
Do you think the person supposed to give you a service also has expectations from you?
They have set the promise. They have given me a brand promise that they will meet my expectations, if not exceed. And so they expect that they will receive me. They will have people consuming the solutions or the services they are offering.
Yeah.
So they have expectations. I have my expectations.
Okay. So we need to meet somewhere.
Yes.
There's a big statement that the citizen just needs to have what they want, period. And I want you to speak for both sides. If I want my ID,
Yes.
that's all I want.
We have to own the journey. We have responsibilities. The stakeholders, all the parties, they have responsibilities. I want my ID,
Yes.
but there are some things I need to do before I get my ID. I don't wake up one morning and say today I'm going for my ID, because even the service provider has the journey that one needs to take. So have I taken my journey? The service provider, you are there because you need to produce and serve your citizens with these IDs. Have you done your part? So each stakeholder, both the giver and the receiver, they have a responsibility to fulfill.
You know, I'm trying to clear the bush before we go into what you're trying to
important.
do. It's good to clear the bush before we begin our farming.
Right.
The complaint that we've always had that you know, the complaint that we always hear, these guys are bad. You know, one time, let me tell you where I'm coming from. Somebody was complaining, oh, you can't get this from government, you can't get this, you can't get this, you can't get this. And then we were with somebody, and so we were listening and listening. So this individual we were with, they asked him, have you gone to look for it? And the guy changed the conversation. He said, but that's what people are saying. So the question is it an attitude problem? Is it a systemic problem? Or is it, where is this problem?
It's both a mindset issue, attitude issue, and hearsays. And remember, customer experience or citizen experience starts way before I look for the solution I'm looking for, or the product or the services. What am I hearing? Just like branding, citizens will brand an institution. And even before I apply for that service, I already know what people are saying. And so I have that mindset that is so difficult, even before I play my part. And that's why we also need to say that as citizens, are you playing your part before you accuse the other party that they are not doing their part?
So basically, it's an attitude problem, you said, and but then it's also a branding problem on the other side.
Also branding.
So as a provider, I should care what people say out there, and I should be able to address it.
Exactly. When you serve one citizen and they make a remark, they give feedback, that's what they will tell the public. So if you don't address it, that's what the public will believe.
This is very interesting. Eh? I'm still clearing my bush, so we'll start our conversations. Now, you mentioned something very interesting, feedback.
Yes.
And that thing in college, I know you went to college. Eh? We used to have a box at the entrance there, and near the administration block, and you'd see there's a box there. It's called, sometimes, most of people don't have a name for it, so it's a suggestion box.
Right.
So if I suggest that the college should close, I should put my suggestion.
Right.
And so we had this, you know, people were putting in, you'd see people occasionally drop something there, drop something there. Then one of the observations, I remember one of the students made a very interesting observation. Nobody collects anything from that box, because one time they were so full. Of course, you know, students are cheeky. Sometimes they will put garbage.
Right.
But then she noticed nobody opens that box. In fact, so there was this attempt. We want our suggestions that we put there to be removed so that you see what we have said.
Right.
The key, there was no key. There was no key for that box. In fact, nobody knows where the key, or who has the key, or even if there was ever a key. They found the box when they were employed.
Yes. And they kept putting.
So everybody just looked at it. There's a suggestion box there. There's a suggestion box there. There's a suggestion box there. I'm talking about our college, and I'm talking about a college I will not mention. So at the end of the day, let's move from that one, is suggestions that are put there. What is the purpose of that? Is it to collect, to PR, number one? Number two, is it to collect actual suggestions? And when you collect actual suggestions, how do I know you collected my suggestions? And do you act on my suggestions? And how do you make me know? I think you are the people who do customer experience. Tell us.
You know, Moses, if you're taking me back to my days in the bank, and you've really narrated that scenario so well, because I was one of those people who went around branches opening those boxes.
Oh my.
And I could check how long has this suggestion been in this box.
Oh my.
But gone are the days when we anchored on those suggestion box, because there are new channels, new ways of doing things. Granted, whoever came up with the suggestion box had good intentions, but the journey has not been walked with the intention that the suggestion box had. This person knew we need customer feedback. We need to hear the voice of the citizen. But then, are you actually following through what they have said? How can a suggestion box be full and we can't trace the key? Today, we have other channels. And these days, as we speak, as we engage here, people are giving their feedback. They're giving their comments.
Now, this is where I'm going with that.
Right.
Now the suggestion box is digital. Nobody has the key.
Actually, everybody has the key, including the illegal people who are not supposed to know what people are saying. They have the key. Yeah.
So why am I not getting my feedback?
Why are you not getting your feedback depends on the process and procedures in the institution that you're giving feedback. One, as the feedback giver, when are you giving it? How are you giving it? As the receiver of feedback, where is the place of feedback in your institutions? Do you value feedback? Someone said feedback is breakfast for champions.
Wow.
Are we all champions? Do we value feedback?
So, speak from this point of view. How does government, what you call citizen-centered public service looks like?
It's when the government thinks outside in. When you think citizens, then you come up with policies, procedures, and solutions that are going to help that citizen. It's when you put yourself in the citizen's shoes. What are they looking for? Are we delivering it as to their expectations?
So when you say delivery, are you talking about citizen, thinking about citizen experience beyond service delivery? And when you think about like that, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at, let's not stop at I've gotten what I came for. Let's go beyond and ask ourselves, how was my journey before, during, and after this particular identity?
Are we talking about was the service provided?
That's just one small component.
So what are you talking about? Because if I got my document, maybe I got my whatever I was looking for.
Okay.
So service delivery, was the service provided?
Was it might have been delivered, but how? When? What were the frustrations as I go through this process of getting this document? Okay. Allow me to shed some light around the two needs citizens or customers have.
Okay.
There is what we call functional need. I'm looking for my ID. I get my ID. That's functional. I needed this document. I've gotten it. But the bigger part of customers' needs and citizen need is the emotional need.
Okay.
How do you make me feel in the process of me following up for that document? When I'm waiting for 2 days while I'm supposed to have just walked in and received my document, when I'm being commanded, you sit there, go out, wait, I'm out on lunch break, how are you making me feel? And that's what I'll remember more than the ID, than the certificate, than the birth certificate that I'm looking for. What I'll remember is the experience. How did you make me feel? And in this circle, we always quote Maya Angelou, who said, people will forget what you said, but they will not forget how you make them feel.
Yes.
How do you make me feel as I access services in your institution?
Wow. So how you made me feel. So those two needs,
Yeah.
But public service is too big, taking care of millions of people. So surely, do you expect them to take care of your emotional needs?
Taking care of my emotional need is just ensuring that I have a smooth journey. And they are okay that they have millions. I wish it was a private company that has millions of customers. That would be a big business. But again, I don't think there is one institution that has that millions at a go. It is that one citizen at a time. How are you handling that one person who is working in your office? And as I say, the emotional needs are, it occupies a bigger percentage. I may not get what I'm looking for, but let me live there having my dignity intact. Let me leave your office feeling I was dealing with a human being. Because processes, procedures may fail us, but at the end of the day, we are human beings. I'm human before I even got my birth certificate. I'm a human being. Treat me so.
But do you think this is in the mind? Is this part of the culturation of the servant, the public servant? Because, I think everybody has their own experience. And by the way, this is not a public service. I'll give you an experience I had 2 days ago. And this is with a bank. And I'm honest about this. I made a payment, and nowadays banks have these pay bills.
Yeah.
You make pay bills. So I did the pay bill of the bank, and then I was putting the account, the last digit, the last number, I put a different number. So the money went into a certain account.
Right.
So I noticed, because I was paying for our service. So I called, the person asked me, did you make a payment? I said, yes, I did. So send me the message. So I sent them. I said, no, this is not our account. In fact, I noticed the name of the account at that time because I paid while I was doing something else. So I noticed after a day, I have put my money in a different account, but in the same bank. So there was a number there. I picked it, called it. And I called, and first of all, the time it took, which I accept, because normally it's a digital, it's basically an automated system when they say, this call, it's normal, this call will be recorded for
quality purposes.
For quality purposes. And then they said, wait for the available customer service agent. I waited. And then the agent picked up, hello, and is this interesting bored guy, hello, yes. And then he keeps quiet. So, hello? I said, hello, like 4 times. Hello? Hello? I said, I can hear you.
Wow.
I just knew I'm up for a day. So I told him, so what's your problem? So I told him, I don't have a problem. The only thing I did is that I made a payment. And the payment has gone to a different account. And I was paying to this account, and it has gone to this account in your bank. Are you able to transfer the money to that account, or are you able to refund the money so that I can make the payment to the right account? And the guy said, oh, okay, well, from which number? I gave him of course, the due diligence. He did his due diligence. Then finally he told me, this thing is going to be reversed after a couple of days. So I asked him, what is a couple of days? Several days. What is several days? What number? Give me a limit. He said, maybe like 7 working days. I told him, honestly, 7 days? That's too long. He cut off the phone. I was about to go on Twitter, on EX, sorry.
Yeah.
But I decided, let me be a bit... Why are you quiet?
I'm trying to process that, because maybe off air you'll give me the bank. I happen to know quite a number of banks and the managers there. It's not expected at this time and age.
And I'm not saying something that is not there. I'm sure if they recorded the call, they will follow the conversation. Yes.
This goes back to...
So why I'm saying this, I'm not just talking, we should also not be hard on public service.
Right.
Yeah.
Listening to that, I know sometimes we always blame the other side, public. But what's the difference between that person in that bank? And I believe that bank is not public, it's private.
A private bank.
And whether even public, I think there's a system in banking where there is the etiquette of receiving a call, handling that call. And going back to what I mentioned earlier, emotional need and functional need, you are remembering more of the how. You're not remembering most of the what. What was the reversal of the money? But you're remembering how this person picked, how he spoke. The thing is, we, both parties have a role to play, as I said earlier. And it's not just about the public. Even in private, as you have clearly stated, that case of a bank. The big question is, when I'm going to the office to serve, what's the key thing I need to focus on? If I go to that office and no one calls, no one walks in, I don't have a job. If I go to that office and there's no citizen who comes in, I can't survive there for a month because I'll be bored. So the big question is, when then your employer, that citizen who walks in, because that's your employer, that Moses who calls because of misdirected funds, that's your employer, because you are paid by that person at the end of the day. When they call, when they visit, how are you handling them? In one of the conversations I said, your customer is your salary, your citizen is your salary. How do you handle your salary?
I have two things running in my mind.
Right.
One is this provider educated in that, in what you've just told me, that the customer is their salary. And you said something else, so I don't. And I'm going to give you a minute for that, so maybe 1.5 minutes. And secondly, when you were defining customer, citizen experience, you said, are the institutions built outward in or inward out? Remember, that was your statement. And I would want you to elaborate on that, because how do I know as a citizen that this institution is designed with me in mind?
Allow me to say that initially, years back, it was about we design what we want to do because we'll always have customers. But today's customer is more empowered, more exposed, and we are supposed to do our business according to what the customer is looking for. That's why now we are changing from inside out to outside in. Think that customer. What will this customer be looking for? When you call that bank and you want your money directed well, how are you feeling? You're frustrated because you can't receive your services because, of course, you made an error by putting the wrong digit. But if our processes internally are thinking the customer, then the journey should be shorter. It's a matter of maybe doing what I need to do within the shortest time possible to meet the expectation of this customer out there. We are no longer in the production age where we produced anything and customers bought.
Paul, it's always interesting to listen to you. We're going to go for a break, and I'm going to come back. We're going to talk this thing out. I mean, you really have an interesting outlook of things, right? Well, if you have any question, any experience, any suggestion, put it on our link there on YouTube, on Facebook. We're going to read it and we're going to talk to you. See you after the break.
Inviting you for a very special conference, the Awakening Conference. Life Church International and our families in Meru, we are holding our annual conference at Life Church International 𝗀𝗏𝗏 Worship Center, and we are coming together from the 12th all the way to the 16th of this month of August. From 9 in the morning to 6 o'clock in the evening is a whole day conference of 5 days. We are looking forward. for a mighty move of God. Pastor 𝗧𝗛𝗘 𝗞𝗘𝗡 is going to be there. Apostle Sam from Thika, Pastor Kevin Monene, our host, Bishop Kim. We have a guest from America, Michelle Snyder and Richard Snyder are going to be ministering. We're looking forward for a mighty worship experience Sunday afternoon with Sheila, 𝗪𝗪. She's going to be there with the team, and there's going to be a move of God. I look forward to see you. This is going to be like an old camp meeting to the glory of God in Jesus' mighty name.
In the middle of the day, when the weight of deadlines, meetings and stress pulls you down, where do you turn for strength?
You have gifts of the Spirit that you never thought. You have the miraculous power.
Step away and step into a place of peace, power and purpose.
Never give up, even if you meet a barrier. Whatever you are going through right now, in every point, he has been tempted.
Join us at Life Church International, Kenya Cinema Plaza.
You have to come to that stage where there is a pressing by the word.
1 hour of worship, 1 moment of breakthrough, a lifetime of change.
Wow, welcome back. We are so grateful to have you back, and we are talking about customer experience, citizen experience. Paul,
Yes.
there's something you've just said about building from outside inside. Thinking now, yes, you could produce, now you can't produce. You have to produce with your customer in mind. And I want you to put now that at public service. Do you really think public service has come there to think from outside inside?
Any service provider needs to think outside in. Your scenario of a bank, you have an option of other 45, 47 banks you can decide to switch. It's unfortunate that you can't switch from a public office to another public office, or you can't say, I don't need your passport, I can get it from the other company. And this is where we are calling for public institutions to take more responsibility, because the citizen has no option. But having said that, yes, you know that you are producing passports, IDs, and TSA cards for the citizen. So if the citizen were not there, there's no one who will pick those documents that you produced. The issue is, for the public sector, the area to think about outside in is, what is the citizen going through in the process? They don't have another place to go to get what you give. But then, how are you making their journey look like?
You said something very interesting. They have no option, and they have to come to pick
They will.
from you. The other day, I saw from the registration bureau, they are saying there are over millions of IDs lying in their collection centers. Is it that people are wondering, if I go to pick, what will I be subjecting myself to, or they just decided now?
I would say it's a pain on the journey. And maybe they remember it.
And it is there.
The idea is there, and they remember what they went through for them to apply for that document. And maybe they were applying for this document because there was a need, say in a week or in 2 weeks. They lost the opportunity, so they can't apply for that job because they don't have an ID. And then they're saying, why should I waste another 1 day to go look for this document while I don't need it now? So it's the history of what I've gone through. Is it worth it Do I really need this? And this is why you hear people say, going to that office is a nightmare. It's really not a nightmare. It is the experience that we are giving to the citizens. And I must commend some institutions in the government. They are automating, they are making things faster. We have scenarios, the Huduma centers. Allow me to mention Kenya Power. There is a great improvement. And people are saying these people are behaving like private sector, which is a good thing. But we still have some institutions where the journey is such a pain. And you don't want to go through the same pain twice. If it's not a matter of life and death, I can operate with my waiting card.
Wow. You said about automation.
Yes.
I'm sorry, we can't talk everything today.
We'll continue the conversation.
That's why you need to live here. You need to live here. You said about automation. I'll talk about 2 levels of automation. Where I'm applying for this document, I'm applying for it online. So I have uploaded everything they've asked for. I have even made the payment. They have accepted the payment. I have a payment slip, so I'm not paying any other money. But now, it is not fully digital. I have to go and collect it. Now, that collection, you can write a book about it. Because 1, like you said, I have no option. I have to go there. Number 2, I have already made necessary preparations. I have done my application. I have made my payments. I actually have done my part to the full. The only thing remaining is the other side to do their part. And I still have not received it for a long time. What is the problem?
Earlier on, you asked me about whether automation is a myth, or does it deliver good service? Is it a myth or it's truth? And I say it's a myth. Automation is just changing the channel. But are you changing the efficiency and the effectiveness?
Okay.
It's one thing to move queue time from your physical office
to
the
digital
system.
So now there's a digital queue.
There's a digital queue. Or even the bureaucracy. You could have moved bureaucracy from a physical office to the online. And bureaucracy here is when you are on that portal, you are trying to apply for the services. There are so many requirements, just like when you went to the face-to-face service. So automation should be end-to-end. And even if there is a physical intervention, for example, you may not get your NTSA online or the ID online. You still have to go and pick it. But if it was so clear on the online part where I applied, why is it taking forever when I'm collecting? And you have actually sent me a message to say your document is ready. So if it's ready, I just need to walk in and out. So when you automate both the system, the process, and allow me to say, automate the people's mindset. So that when I walk in, I've done my part and you have prepared me. So please don't keep me again waiting. I would rather have gone the manual way end to end, because maybe I'll still have been camping here.
And by the way, it is clear that we are not talking about every agency.
It's not every agency.
It's not every agency, because there are some agencies that are fully efficient. The efficiency is amazing, you know. And we have to give it up. And I think sometimes also we need to be a bit lenient on government.
True.
We need to be a very lenient, because really this is not an individual's business. It's a system that has been there for years and has to be. And by the way, did you know that Kenya is one of the most automated nations in the world, in Africa especially?
Yes.
I had some people from Europe who came here. They couldn't believe it. They could not even believe, including their visa. So we are not talking about, you know, we must move from bashing government every day to a place where we accept there are things that have been done and they are here. We can see them. They are in our hands. Right. But then that does not remove the experience.
It's about those small pockets.
You know, doesn't remove the experience. And maybe put it this way. Maybe put it this way for us, because you are better placed. What that experience does to build citizen trust.
Great experience will build trust. And when I have trust in an institution, I'll cooperate with the institution. I'll be an advocate for the institutions. When I advocate for the institutions, I will do my responsibility. I'll do my part. And at the end of the day, you'll find there is no boundary between me and my service provider. And this will come as a result of when I need what I need and I have done my part, I get it in the right time, in the right way, and I'm handled as a human being. But the opposite erodes the trust. When I'm told this document will take 21 days, I'm going through a certain process where I was told it to take 21 days. It has taken 2 months now, and I'm still following up. So I've already lost trust in that agency. When I lose trust, when I go to the village and I'm discussing with my village mates, I'll tell them, if you ever want service from that institution, please plan early. Because I will start evangelizing the wrong message because of eroded trust. The thing is, government agencies, they have what we call service charter. I walk into offices and there's that big 1 meter by 1.5, very big, with all the services they offer, if there are fees to be charged, if it's free, they will indicate, and how long. But we need to put that service charter into our hearts, into our minds, that we have made a promise. Are we meeting our end of bargain on this promise? There are some institutions that are doing very well, and we have alluded to that. Congratulations. But those who are left behind, could it be people issue, mindset issues, or the issue around where else will you go? You'll still come back here.
You know, I don't like to mention names, but I live in Nairobi County.
Yes.
We are actually in Nairobi County. And I have to really appreciate when our governor entered into, as a governor, I noticed some things. He hit the ground with shifting employee mindset. He created a customer service, very friendly customer service. By the way, it's very friendly, even if you went there today. He created a very open office. You would walk in, you know, there are days you would be harassed to enter that office. I've been going there severally. And for me, one of the things I would give up for him is that today, if you told me to go to the county office, I would walk in majestically. And the reason is, he just decided to change. And I think that was very key for him. And I think that was very strategic for me, if you ask me. Because there were days, if you told me to go there, I'll just tell you, please, do you know somebody? That's the first question was, do you know somebody? And could it be the reason, and you don't have to answer. You can choose to say pass. Could it be the reason that people choose to find brokers to do their office or things down there, and then they wait in the office? Remember, you don't need to answer.
Yeah, let me make a comment around that. It's good to sometimes share those great stories. There's someone somewhere who thinks it's the same office that was 20 years ago, where you walk in, you don't get support. So we also need to learn how to celebrate small wins. That helps in culture change. If there's a shift at the city, county office, let's continue talking about it. Have they arrived? No. Because again, citizen experience is a journey. It's not a destination. You have to keep improving because of the ever-changing citizen experience and expectations.
Esther Baraza online.
Right.
Says, that was an awful experience. She's talking about myself. Who hung up on a customer several days? Unacceptable. This is present day. Thank you, Esther. You should call me, I tell you who did that. Then she asked this question, how do we get public servants to deliver exceptional service experience apart from what we have heard from our expert? How do we get public servants to deliver exceptional citizen experience apart from what we have heard from our expert? Maybe they need a taste of their own medicine, experiencing public service. Yeah, but also maybe I think they need the taste of their own, you know, the citizen side of the counter. They need to go to the citizen side of the counter.
there's always this question I ask. Thank you, 𝗪𝗏. Good to have you online. I always say this: if you jumped on the other side of the counter to receive the service that you offer, would you be served by you? And Mahatma Gandhi said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in service for others. Wow. What this means is, let's not always blame processes, policies as we serve. As a servant in that office, a government officer serving, are you doing your best at your personal level to serve this person? It's one thing for a public servant to jump out and say, I'm going to the bank, I'll be back in 20 minutes. And for sure they'll be back in 20 minutes. Can I leave this studio and saying, I'm going to a government office, I'll be back in 20 minutes? It should cut across that we are human beings serving human beings. The same Mahatma Gandhi says, the customer is not an interruption to your great day at work. He is the reason you are seated in that office.
Wow.
How do you handle them when they come in there? Would you want to be served the way you serve?
Amazing. So the customer needs to go to the other side.
Yeah.
And would they answer that question? Do you want to be served by you?
Many people want to be served by themselves because they know how they serve.
I had an experience.
Yeah.
A public servant from another county needed to pick, just to pick from a different agency a certain document. And so they traveled all the way, they came, they went to the office and they did all they needed to do. And then, well, they went through. So they were discussing, she was actually talking to me. And she told me, in fact, they're in the same agency. So she moved from one county to another county because she needed that done in that county. But it was personal, it was not official. So she had to ask for leave and walk to that county. And she told me she has changed her mind how she'll be treating people.
Right.
She just discovered, I think we treat people badly because she was treated. It's very simple. And actually later, somebody who knew her showed up because agency people are always transferred.
Yeah.
Somebody who knew her now came later and said, oh, you are here, what's up? You been transferred? No, she said, no, I came here for this. And the person left her and walked away.
It's because people are stopping at the what. You know, you came for this. This is a what. I urge us to go beyond the what. Let's go into the how. How are we handling this person? Even when the process is not supporting what the person is looking for. How are you handling the whole journey of this citizen? How you treat me is what I'll remember. I'll not remember the ID number I got, the serial number that was there. I'll remember the journey I walked to get that document. How you treat me. And again, let's move from who do you know to what are you looking for? Because
by the way, did you know that was a prevalent statement? Who do you know?
It's painful. Because if we were to serve people by who they know or who we know, then we are not meeting citizen expectations. If you go to a bank to apply for a loan, do they ask you who you know? It's clear. Do you qualify? What's the criteria? You get your loan. So if I'm looking for my document, it's not a matter of who do you know. There are people who are earning to do that which the citizen is looking for.
Okay. So we were at public trust.
Yeah.
How do you build that public trust?
Meet the citizen expectations. You came out here to say, for this document, apply from this organization.
Then do you think, for me, when you say that, how do I know their expectation?
You can know the expectation, one, when you meet the what, and then when you look at the journey they are walking through, the how, the process. And you can also pick the expectations from the feedback they are giving you. Either compliments, suggestions, inquiries, or complaints. If I tell you this thing is taking too long, The second customer says the same. The third citizen says the same. Then they are telling you your process is longer than what we are looking for. So if it's longer and there are more complaints, then the trust is going down.
So that means they have, these institutions, the public service need to create or formulate or have a system where they listen to their citizenry or their customer. Do you think we have that kind of a system?
It's there, but it stops at I've given feedback. Okay. Whether it will be actioned or not, that's another discussion.
One time I sat Gen Z there, the time we had those Gen Z uprisings.
Yeah.
And one of them said something that was, she kept shaking her head like this as we were discussing. I had a whole panel. Yeah. She was shaking her head. So I said, what's up? She said, the problem is what is going on here. Are you people listening? And then she asked, are these people listening? And are they, when they listen, do they understand? So, yes, they have those systems. Are they listening? And number two, are they understanding?
Maybe they're understanding. Okay, they're listening and understanding.
You see, understanding,
yeah.
Somebody said, understanding is not what you think. Right? Because you think you have understood in your brain.
Yes.
He said that is not understanding. In fact, to the Hebrews, hearing is not what I'm telling you, you are hearing with your ears. Hearing is what you do with what I'm saying. When you do, then you have heard. Do you understand? So he's saying, I have heard you, is doing exactly what I was telling you. Right? The problem with me is that a scripture is in my head right now. Yeah, I have heard the cry of my people.
Right.
So I have come down.
Yes, I've acted.
So the action I take after what you have said is showing me you have heard. So are they hearing?
There's a customer experience guru who said, don't collect feedback if you are doing nothing about it. And this is where institutions are.
Don't collect.
They have opened the channel as a form of compliance. Yes, we are listening. But what they do after listening is another story. They don't act. We need to go through the entire journey and say, we heard you and we acted, and we are back to ask you, are you happy with the new way as you suggested? That's closing the loop.
So you said you have a very informed customer today.
Empowered as well.
Empowered as well.
Yes.
So he can tell you have not listened.
They know. That's why they will stop giving you feedback.
Eh?
I can't give you feedback 3 times and you're doing nothing. I'll say you're fine, I'm fine. Yeah.
Well, what about thinking about partnership? From just being a customer to a partner. Last time you are the one who told me that. I'm picking from your conversations.
You have good memory.
You told me,
yeah,
and you said it here, it's on record, that how about an institution thinking about, we are now tired of customers, we want partners.
Right.
How about civil service, the public service, sorry, coming into a place where they want to partnerships with their citizenry, so that the services are a partnership. They are no longer that kind of customer, I'm selling, you're buying. Yes.
It's happening, Moses. This partnership is happening at the country level, at agency levels. There are places where people are working together to make sure that both parties meet their end of bargain. I was recalling years back when you saw a policeman, how you behaved. You just ducked. Like when I was very young and I saw a teacher come to our home, I ran away because we were not partners. That was as the superior person, I was the inferior. Today, we know very well that we can have a conversation with whichever office. We are trying to create, to close that gap, and we be speaking the same voice. The big question comes in when one party falls short of what they need to do. Case in point, you've had people when you're driving and people have not belted up. When they see a cop, what do they say? Belt up.
Everybody becomes a friend.
You see, so I'm doing it as a compliance. But we need to move from compliance phase to commitment. I am doing this for the betterment of myself and the institution that is overseeing my ways.
And even the other passenger, by the way.
You know, exactly. So let's not do just compliance. I'm doing it for compliance purposes. Otherwise, if there is no one watching, I will not do it. No, do it because it's the right thing to do.
I love that. Do it because it's the right thing to do. And so we need to move from just... and do you think this effort is being... You said it is happening. Do you think at your office, when you sit at your office, and you have been called to... Public service has decided we need Mr. Paul. I want you now to think what you tell this panel, you know, whatever they, and tell them this is what we need to do. What would you tell them?
I'll start by saying citizen experience, customer experience starts with you. As I offer services to anyone who comes for the service from me, I need to do everything possible within my circle of influence to give the best. In many institutions, you find people blaming systems, blaming other functions. But we need first to ask, have I done everything possible within areas of my influence? Before I say that one has to be done elsewhere. If I do everything right, other people will be watching and they would want to do like me. That's how you change culture. Do the right thing at your level. When another person observes, they will copy your good ways and they will start doing the same. What we experience is blame games. Even in corporate worlds and private sector, we're having a lot of blame game institutions. But remember I said the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in serving others. So if all of us could do the same, we'll start to see a culture change, a mindset shift, and we'll start receiving the great experience ever. There are places you receive that experience until you feel like, I think I owe this person something. Somebody has served you so well, you feel like you owe them. And you end up telling them, I want to buy you lunch. There's a difference between making it hard for me to access it until I give something, and when you have served me so well until I feel, let me appreciate your good service. We need to differentiate the two. Let us go all out and ask yourself, if I was the one looking for this service, how would I like myself treated? The golden rule, do unto others what you'd like done to you.
I have a friend of mine, unfortunately he's late.
Yeah.
He had a policy. If the service was good, tip the server.
It's okay. But today we tip before we get the service so that we can get the service. Of course that tip
changes the name. Can you imagine our
name.
time is up, brother? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? When conversations are good, time is small.
Right.
And I want you to, the same way you have talked to the institution, now talk to the customer.
As a customer, as a citizen, don't judge your service provider from what you hear. Experience it yourself. Do your part. Take responsibility, because both parties have a role to play. Play yours so well such that you have an authority to demand the other party to do their part.
Amazing. Paul, I want to give you a chance to just tell us how we can get you. And yeah, and if I wanted to get in touch with you, would you allow us to give people your number?
I would definitely allow you to share my contacts with people, but you can find me on X at 𝗞𝗂𝗏𝗡𝗬, that's 𝗞𝗂𝗏𝗡𝗬𝗏. Facebook, the same 𝗞𝗂𝗏𝗡𝗬𝗏. You can get my number from my hosts.
You also come from the CX Academy.
Yes, I'm a faculty member of CX Academy, where we are transforming institutions in Africa to sing the same song of CX. I'm also the country champion for the African Customer Experience Leadership Forum, where we also want to have African stories that are being shared globally.
Amazing. It's always fun listening to you, and we always have a place for you here. I think anytime, and by the way, you need to remind us when the customer service week comes next time. So you remember, we have a pact.
We have a pact for that. It's coming in the first full week of October, and the theme is the extra mile. Let's go an extra mile.
Let's go an extra mile.
And we are happy to support any institution on the how.
Well, I think you said it best. I cannot add a word to that, and I'm so glad that you could take time and be with us here at Elevated. We appreciate you. Those of you who are watching online, we thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your. We may not have read all of your comments, and we keep them, and we always space them to our guests. And remember this: it is always what begins with you. It's not the other side that makes the difference. Become the change maker wherever you are. This is Moses from Elevate Television, wishing you a wonderful day, and always remember, keep it elevate. And our contacts are on the screen. Give us our feedback. It won't last minutes. Somebody will respond to you and tell us what you don't like about us, or what you would like from us, and we are going to change, because we are here for you. God bless you. Have yourself a wonderful time. Thank you. Thank you for coming. God bless you.
Sante, we can never